Hey there, top teacher. Welcome to the tutorial video for the tablet version of our digital fitness planner. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to access the planner, use the various tools, and understand the templates included. Let's start by reviewing the guide that comes with the digital planner. So when you purchase the tablet version of the digital fitness planner, you are going to receive a zip file. And that zip file is going to have two different PDFs attached to it. The first is going to be the planner itself, which I will show you in just a little bit. And the second is going to be the guide, which I am showing you here. And so the guide is going to have some really useful information for how to use the planner, how to download it, and some of the applications that we recommend when using this planner. So the first page is just a huge thank you for purchasing the digital fitness planner. And the second one is going to give you a link to the planner tutorial, which is this video that you are watching right now. And then underneath that, the third page is going to be a really useful page in understanding some of the applications that we recommend. Now, again, for the tablet version, you have to have a PDF annotation app. Now, there are lots of different applications out there. We recommend 3 of them, but we will only provide support to GoodNotes. So if you are somebody who is using GoodNotes and you're having difficulties, we can help you with that because that is the application that we use the most at Teaching on the Double. So we give you the 3 different applications that we would recommend, and we also provide you with links that you can open up and find questions to help hopefully solve some issues that you might be having. If this video doesn't quite answer that for you, hopefully you'll find some of the answers to the questions that you have using some of the links that we've given you. So you have GoodNotes, Notability, and then for my Android users out there, you have XODO, which is a recommendation that we give you guys. But we will highly recommend GoodNotes as the version that you are using. So we also give you directions on the right-hand side for how to download the file itself and get it into your annotation app. And then we also start to kind of walk you through just how to use it. So I'm going to be showing you in this video everything that you need to know for how to use it, what the templates are included. So be sure to follow some of the timestamps that are down in the description box to help navigate this video a little bit more. The next page that we give you are fitness digital stickers. So we are excited to have digital fitness stickers for this planner. So you can click the button right here and it'll take you directly to our store so that you can purchase some of those stickers. And then of course we have other digital planners that are out there. And so if you are someone that is wanting to jump in full-fledged into the digital planning world, check out our store for our highly rated teacher digital planner. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start jumping on in and showing you where we start for downloading our planner. So when you first download your digital fitness planner, you are going to receive a zip file. Now, if you're doing this from your tablet, which is where you want to put your file in the first place, you're going to put it into the application there. You can download it from here. And it's going to send it directly to your files. I am using an Apple. This is an iPad Pro, so just giving you a reference to what it is that I have for my equipment here. And so I also have the Apple version of the Apple Pencil here, but it's the version 2. So this is the magnetic version that adheres to my iPad. But this does work on other devices out there. So I know that Michelle has a smaller tablet that is not an iPad Pro. So if you don't have an iPad Pro, you can still use this. All you need to have is that annotation app that is downloaded to your device. Now, keep in mind that depending on the device, the age of the device, how much storage you have within that device, and also what type of a tool that you're using to write with, you may not be able to have all the same functions that I do. Now, I know that with a lot of the newer Apple tablets, you can put your hand on the actual surface of your iPad and still be able to write, but I know that there are other versions that you have to keep your hand off of it in order to use any form of a pencil. But you can go online and check out Apple so that you can learn a little bit more about the different devices and how they work. So I'm going to show you how to get your PDF into your annotation app. So when you have your digital fitness planner here, what you are going to do is go ahead and click open. And then you're going to see this screen. So it doesn't really show you much of anything, and it's not like opening a zip file in a normal computer. So whenever you double click on a zip file, it just opens up a new file, but this doesn't do that. What you have to do is click that preview content. And so automatically you're going to see that here's the fitness planner. Over here are all of the pages. So if you wanted to get rid of your pages, you can just tap it and it will go away. And then I can tap it again, and then all my pages for my thumbnails will pop up on the side. So I mentioned that in that zip file, you have two different PDFs. So the first one is going to be the planner itself. But if you swipe across, you're going to see that the guide that I was showing you earlier is right next to it. So you have both of them. You just have to be able to navigate your zip file just by swiping on your screen. But we need to get this planner to an annotation app. And so I'm going to be using GoodNotes because that is the one that we recommend. So here you're going to see that there is a little box with an arrow, and then it does say a Notability. So if you're a Notability user, you can do that. But I'm going to click that little box with an arrow. And I'm going to ask it to send it right to GoodNotes. Now, if you don't see GoodNotes here or Notability, what you can do is click on the three dots at the very end, and then you should have more suggestions down here that you can select. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that I want it to go to GoodNotes. And then it's going to ask me to import it as a new document. And so I'm going to click yes. Once it's done that and it's imported, it's automatically going to pop up in GoodNotes for you. So let's talk about GoodNotes and this app for just a moment. So one of the things you're going to notice up here is a toolbar. Now this is the toolbar that will allow you to annotate or write on your planner. So at the very, very top, you're going to see that there's a little waffle that will allow you to see all of the different pages. You also have a search feature. You have a bookmark feature. You can send this to either print out individual pages, multiple pages, or share it with someone else. You have some undo buttons or redo buttons. You can add pages, but this little icon right here that looks like a pencil with a line through it is a very, very important feature within GoodNotes because this is the feature that will allow you to have access to your links. So when I click on this here, you will notice that my toolbar has gone away. There is no more toolbar, but this will now allow me to use my links. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to swipe across, and it's going to send me to my home page. This is the best page that you will ever have inside of this planner because you can gain access to pretty much everything here. So now that I have that, my toolbar's gone away. So I'm going to show you again. I'm going to click that little button. There's my toolbar. I'm going to click it again. And now I can use links. So if I had it to where I could see my writing tools and I were to click, nothing would happen. Okay, so it would just give me a bunch of text boxes because that's what I have selected right now. But what I want to do is be able to use my links. And so I have to have that here where it now has a little circle around it, and that's going to allow me to be able to use my links. So let's go through the links that we have up top. Now these top links and the monthly links are going to be located on every single page within this planner. So that way you can gain access to any of these tools up on the top or gain access to any of the months from any page within this planner. So on the first page, we do give you a link to our website so that you can go directly there. So we'll ask you to open up the external link. You can hit yes. I'm going to hit no for right now. And then the first button is going to be the home button. And this is the home page. So anytime you need to come to this page, you are simply going to click on the little house. Next to it, you're going to see a little grocery basket. And if you click on that grocery basket, it's going to be your shopping list. So you have access to the shopping list that you have created. And we have two different versions. We have a version that allows you to be able to write in there. And then we have a version that is already pre-filled for you. So that way you can customize it and be able to see kind of overview, here's kind of the things that I need to get. I love these lists, by the way. These are my favorite types of lists because sometimes I feel like I need something to kind of go off of. And we tried to give you guys some really basic ingredients that will allow you to create lots of different recipes. So from there, I'm going to go back to my home button so I can click on my home. And then I'm going to hit the little circle with the check mark. The circle with the check mark is just going to be to-do list. So at any point when you need to gain access to your to-do lists, you can just do that here. You have blank boxes at the top. The little grayed out boxes are so that you can give that to-do list a title. And then you can write all of your to-dos directly underneath it. I'm going to go back to my home button and you'll see that we're kind of navigating all of these, but we also give you some different pages. So we give you blank paper, we give you lined paper, we will also give you grid and dotted paper. So these have very, very small dots as to not distract you from the writing that you are putting in there, but it does help to be able to navigate and draw straighter lines or whatever you need to use this paper for. And what's so great about this is that you could take any of these pages and you can copy them and paste them anywhere within the planner. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a little bit. Another thing that we have is going to be the stickers page for those amazing digital fitness stickers that we have for you. You can take those stickers and place them right here so that you always have access to them whenever you need them. And then we give you some different sections that you can make them into whatever you need to make them. So let's say you have some templates that you will use over and over again and you want to keep like a collection of them. You can place those pages behind any of these colored versions here and create a title for it so that you can gain access and save those as needed. And of course, you have access to each of the different months. So once you click on that, takes it a minute just in the beginning to get it loaded. You'll see that this is now black because this is the month that we are currently in. And we can just kind of navigate every single one of our months and it will automatically pop up. What's also really nice when it comes to our months is that we give you guys access to, this is the monthly view that you have here, but we also give you access to the weeks on the side. So if I was to swipe over, you would see the first week. This is where you can log your workouts for each of the days. You can log your breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And something you will notice is that this is a non-dated planner. So you can add your own dates. This is a one-time purchase and you can reuse it year after year after year. Just save the digital file and then have it there and you can always re-download it, which is really nice. So we can gain access to any of these weeks that we wanted to. So I can click on that week and it will take me directly there. Now, if you are noticing that yours is taking a little bit of time to load, don't worry. If you leave your planner kind of open, so if you were to notice, like here's my teacher planner, if I was to use any of these, they go a little bit faster. And so it just takes it some time for it to recognize all of the pages because it is a pretty big file. But once you kind of go through the planner once, it does start to go a little bit more quickly. So I can go again to any month that I want to go to and then gain access to any of those weeks just by clicking on the week off to the side or by swiping along here. So let's go ahead and go back to the home button. So from this home button, I mentioned that we are able to gain access to any of the templates that we have given you for your digital fitness planner. I'm going to walk you through each of the templates. You do have access to click on them from here. So if I was to click on it, it would automatically take me there. Or you can simply swipe by using your finger here. So we're just going to walk through each of these different planners, but just know at any point, we can always click the home button. I can always click on the actual template itself and it will automatically take me there. So we're just going to walk through these and I'm going to show you and talk you through each of the different templates that we have available. So the first template is going to be an About Me. And within the About Me, this is going to be your initial where you can add your photo of yourself to be able to track your body, strengths, struggles, habits that you are wanting to build, habits that you're wanting to break. And then you can also include some stats that are here. This is simple just by, again, when you have a tablet version, you can write. So I can write here. You can also add shapes. You can also add text boxes. It is truly up to you how you are going to end up customizing this to be able to fit the needs that you have. So I'm going to just erase that there. So this is going to be your initial about me. The next one is going to be a vision board, and this is going to be something that really just inspires you or motivates you to really be healthy. So maybe you find some images that really just kind of encourage you, or you find something on Pinterest and want to save it in a different location. I know my Pinterest board is huge, and so having access to some of those images here, you can absolutely place them on your vision board. For the year at a glance, think of this as looking at your trends over time. It's really important to be able to see our trends and looking at our progress in various areas that we have. So you can use this to be able to really think about, like, what are the days that you're having as rest days? Like, how often are you having rest days? How often are you doing cardio? How often are you looking at strength training? And you can give each one a specific color. So an idea that's really simple. If you wanted to track multiple items, you can use your highlighter tool and you can change your colors here. And then we can also change the size. So let's say during this first week, I did some cardio, but then I also wanted to track that I met all of my water goals. I can add those items in there, or you can have it just to be able to track one item versus multiple items. It's really up to you on how you choose to use this, but those are just some really quick and simple ideas. If you also wanted to just add the dates of the year, you can also just start to write those in. So 1, 2, obviously I'm not sure if that is correct, but there it is right there so that you can make those changes and adjustments. Okay, let's look at the next one. So the next page is a before and after. So this will be where you can include your before photo, including a date, the after photo, a date, and then you can also track your weight, your sizes, all of the different aspects for your before and after for tracking your journey. We also have progress pictures. This is one of the things that I really like and that I will be utilizing with my fitness planner this year, is tracking some of my images. I'm a visual person, and so really being able to see some of the differences in my pictures is important. You can add some quick information down here at the bottom if you choose to do that, but it's a very nice way for you to be able to show your progress over a span of time. You can add your dates up here in the little grade area, and of course you can always duplicate pages as you find that you want to continue tracking your progress instead of just doing it for the 8 that we've given you here. You can always duplicate these pages, and I will show you how to do that in just a bit. I also really like this page, which is our body measurements. So we can track our body measurements for your journey. You have the date, you can track your neck, and we also give you some reference guides on where to do your measurements so that you can leave all of those here. And then also putting in some of your goal measurements that you have, and any notes can be tracked in that portion at the bottom. We have a weight tracker as well, so you can give your goal weight and then be able to track it here. You can also create a data chart if you wanted to do a bar graph, or you can create a dot plot. Let's get into all the mathematics teachers. We can do all sorts of things here so that you can see your weight and some of the changes that you've had over a span of time. We give you tons of different habit trackers. We love, love, love tracking habits, and we are so aware that habits are incredibly important in order to help us meet our goals. So you can write down the habits that you have, and then as you end up completing them, or you have accomplished them, or you've done them for that day, you can take your highlighter tool, and I like to use a really big dot for my highlighter tool, and you can just tap down and to note that you have completely finished it, or you can color it all the way in to show that you have done it for that specific day. So we give you those habit trackers. Again, you can always make more and duplicate some of these pages if you want to keep track of more than just 4 habits. But you have your habits down here, the goal days and the achieve days, so that you can see your progress overall. We also give you a sleep tracker because we are completely aware how important sleep is going to be. So this one has 31 days, and then we gave you an extra that's down here. Not that we expect to have a 32-day. It's never going to happen, but we did give it to you just in case. So you can track your month up here by typing that in, and then for each of the days, you can have one of the moons note as an hour. I don't know about you, but there is something incredibly therapeutic when it comes to highlighting a moon in. So again, take that highlighter tool that you have. Let's change it to a beautiful little yellow. We're going to use a smaller tool. I can zoom in really close and then be able to highlight that in. So it just gives it such a beautiful look. And of course, if you only sleep, if you're like me and I wake up at like 5:30, you can note half of it just by only coloring in half of that moon. So really, really therapeutic. And I think it's so nice to be able to see how many hours we are sleeping and looking at that progress over a span of time so that you can start to see any trends for when you're really lacking in your fitness or you're struggling with your productivity. A sleep tracker is a great way to be able to see some of those trends. We also have a mood tracker, which is something that I love. Yet again, you can note any of the different moods that we've given you here. We've given you some extra spots as well so that you can add any that you want to add in there. But let's say for happy, anytime that you are really happy, let me make this one just a little bit bigger. But anytime that I'm happy, maybe I'm going to have it colored in with a pink dot. So as I find that I'm happy, and this is going to be for January, February, March, April, and so on and so forth, you can just kind of pick your days there. You can just kind of note it in with dots, or you can color it all the way in. And of course, like I said, you can add in any of those different types of moods that you want to add with these little blank spaces off to the side. We also give you a self-care tracker. So any of the days that you want to practice self-care, you can write your month up here at the top. You have your days off to the side, and then you can write down the type of self-care that you practiced for that month. And all of these trackers that I'm showing you would be great to have either placed behind the month that we've given you off to the side, or you can take those and make copies and place them in behind your different color tabs. So that way, let's say, you know for a fact you're going to do self-care every single month, and that's going to be the thing that you want to focus on. Maybe I'm going to have all my self-care months, I'm going to have them right behind my pink tab. And so I know that I can always go to my pink tab and simply swipe until I can find that month. It just makes it a little bit easier to be able to find them, but you have to choose which of these you are going to really practice. We, of course, do not recommend trying to do them all. Start small and then build from there. So find some of the ones that you really know that you can stick with. Put them behind some of those tabs and then practice that as you go along. And as you start to get better and you're committed to really identifying some of those pieces, you can always add on to it later on. If you try to go big, you're going to end up failing, and it's just going to feel defeating, and you're never going to want to open up your digital fitness planner again. So start small and build from there. We also have the exercise tracker, which is something I am definitely going to be using for this upcoming year. I am going to be tracking my my cardio, my strength, flexibility. You can put in yoga, any of the different types of exercises that you are going to be doing, and you can give each of them their specific colors. So again, when you're using that highlighter tool, you can note cardio as one color. You can note strength training as a different color. You can note flexibility as a different color. So that way, when you go to log all of your pieces for your boxes, you can see all the different colors that are down here. So an easy way and a nice visual way to be able to see it. You have your steps tracker. So if you want to track your steps and be able to see it in a different view, this is a great way to be able to do it. I know I track my steps with my Apple Watch, but it's nice to be able to put them down at the end of the day and then also log it into a really nice graph. Again, I'm a visual learner and I really like to be able to see it inside of a planner. And there's something about the act of just kind of writing them down and drawing it myself that just makes me a little bit more committed to it than just kind of viewing it on my phone. We also have a nutrition tracker, so proteins, carbs, fats, calories. If you're wanting to track how much you are doing every single day, you can also log that for each month. You have the hydration tracker, which is very similar to the Moon. You can log in every single drink that you have for that month just by highlighting and drawing that in there. And then you also have a cycle tracker, which is really interesting. We've been doing a lot of research into our cycles and understanding how our cycles really affect our productivity and our ability to be able to get things done in a day. And so looking at your cycle and being able to track when you are on your cycle, noting the different types of symptoms that you are feeling is really important. You can log your dates there, so you can log in how long you've had your cycle for or how many days. You can place them there for an easy reference. And this is really good information to have as well for whenever you need to go to the doctor's office. So we can also look at the symptom tracker here. So let's say you really need to look at some of your symptoms. You have been told by your doctor that you need to take note a little bit more of some of the symptoms that you are having. Of course, this is another way for you to be able to do that. And then you have your medication and supplement tracker. So anything that you're taking for medication supplement wise, you can write down each of the weeks. There's your month up here. And then you can write down what the medication is and then note if you have taken it for that specific day. So these are day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. For the fitness goal tracker, this is going to be where you can look at the estimate of time, the goal that you have for your fitness, the time estimate, your start time, achieved it, and of course, writing down any notes. You can always give it a nice little check mark, but you can write down some of the goals that you have for your fitness. You also have a generic goal planner, so you can write down the goals that you have, start, due dates, achieve dates. Understanding your why is really important, so making sure that you're logging that and looking at action steps to being able to achieve that goal that you have for yourself. You can think of potential obstacles so that you can be proactive in that and look at some milestones that you have. So adding in some helpful resources, all of these items are just meant to really kind of help support you in any way possible to making sure that you are getting those goals achieved. And then we have the daily fitness planner. This is going to be just a daily view that you can look at everything. We like daily views because we can break them down a little bit further. So you have your energy levels here that you can color in for your batteries. You have your sleep, hydration. You can talk about mood, supplements, steps, looking at your food intake and what you have here. You can have your exercise with all of the different pieces that you can log down here at the very bottom. And of course, you can always add these either behind the months or the weeks that you have, or adding them to some of these pages up at the very top. We give you some different reflections as well. We are really big into reflecting. So to help us be able to set better goals or to reevaluate our goals, we have to be able to reflect. So we give you a monthly reflection, a weekly reflection, and also a daily reflection. So you have some questions that you can answer there and some self-assessments that you can also log. Then we give you some challenge templates. So you have a 7-day challenge if you are someone who wants to set some of those challenges, or maybe you're competing in a challenge with somebody else. You can log some of that information here. We give you a 30-day challenge and then also a 100-day challenge. Go you if you are doing that. And then one of my favorite parts of this planner is that we give you a recipe list. So the part that's so cool is that we give you 40 different spots to be able to include different recipes that you would like to track. Now, if I have it to where I can use my links here, I can click on that recipe and it's going to take me directly there. So you have access to be able to gain, to touch any of these numbers, and it will take you directly to that specific recipe. If you look at the very bottom, it says return to recipe list. If I click there, it'll take me right back here. So you don't have to try to swipe or figure out how to navigate that all over again. So I can click on any of those, like I said, and then hit the return to recipe at the very bottom. So with the recipe list, We give you a spot to be able to add a photo of the recipe that you have. You can add some notes if you have any certain notes. I know for me, sometimes we have to add more salt or less spices. So it's a great way for you to add some of that information here after you've done the recipe once. You can color in the stars for a family rating or for a rating for yourself if you enjoyed that recipe. You can give it a level of difficulty, check in the source or write the source down for where you found it, and then any other information here. We give you a spot for ingredients and then also to be able to add some directions off to the side. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to the 40, and then that's gonna allow me to swipe here. So we also have a spot for you to log meal ideas, and we've broken it down from breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. So if you are someone like me who really struggles with figuring out what you're going to make or what you're gonna eat, this is a great way to be able to log some of those ideas down so that you have something to reference, so you're not going and running and grabbing fast food like we have probably been doing for the past month. You also have a monthly meal plan that you can do. So you have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snack here. And then you can also log in the date in the corner. You have the weekly meal plan that you can also log if you're wanting to track your weekly meals. And then you also have the daily meal plan. So depending on what you feel works best for your situation, you can make those adjustments. We give you a shopping list here so that you can add that shopping list, and that's how you can gain access to it from this little icon there anywhere within the planner. And there's the master grocery list that we showed you just before. We also give you a doctor's appointment log, which we think is really important. You have a spot for date, time, doctor, location, and then any questions or anything you need to be able to ask. There's your to-do list that we showed you before, and then you start to run into the specific months. And if I was to swipe, you would see that we give you access to those weekly templates as well. So now I want to show you how to duplicate pages within this planner. So to do that, let's go ahead and go to the home button. And let's say that I wanted to start using some of these tabs that are up here, the colored tabs, to hold some of my trackers. And so I really like the daily fitness trackers. So that's the one that I'm going to duplicate. And I want to keep track of them all within this little page here, this tab here. So in order to copy and paste this, what you are going to do is you are going to hit the 3 little dots that are off on the side, and you're going to hit copy page. Once it tells you that it has been copied, you are then going to go to the area that you want it to be. So I'm going to click my little pink tab that I have up here at the very top. And then I'm going to go to my waffle view. Once I'm in my waffle view, you're going to notice that the page that I'm on has like a blue box all the way around it. There's also a little arrow, and it notes what page number it is. I'm going to hit the little arrow at the bottom. And that little arrow is going to tell me to add page before or add page after. I want it to be afterwards, so I'm going to hit add page after. And then I'm going to hit paste page. So now, if I was to scroll, you can see here's my pink tab, and now here is my daily fitness planner. So that allows me to be able to paste pages wherever I want to go. And here's the important thing is that I still have access to the links. So that page is copied with all of the functioning links. The only problem is that I can't get directly to that specific page. So if I need to go to that page, I have to go to the tab, and then I'm going to have to swipe. There is no way to add new links. It will just copy the existing links that it already has, but it's still a great feature to be able to have. So every time I want to use a new one, I'm simply going to place it in front so that when I swipe, the one that I want to be there is going to be the one that's the first one when I swipe. Now, if you're somebody who really does want to have access to the pages that you've inserted within this planner, a really easy way to do this is to use the bookmark function. So up here, I mentioned that there is a little bookmark function. I can click the bookmark, and you're going to notice that now it is red. And so once I do that, I'm going to hit the 4 little waffles. Now, if I was at a different spot in my planner, let's actually just go to the home page. And let's say I want to go directly to that page immediately. I want to have some form of a link. What I'm going to do is click my little waffle. And then up here at the top, there's going to be a spot that says favorites. I'm going to hit favorites. And what you're going to notice is the page that I bookmarked now is right here. So I can click on that and it will take me directly there. So you may not be able to have access to like creating new links, but you still have the ability to be able to bookmark something so that you can get to it immediately. The next thing that I want to show you guys is how to insert your digital fitness stickers. So to place my stickers, I'm going to use the tool or the page here that is for my planning stickers, but I want to insert some of those stickers here so that I have quick and immediate access to them. So when you download your fitness stickers, I downloaded them to the same spot that I downloaded my planner, which is going to be the files area on my iPad. Now I've just split screened, and if you've never done that before, what you do is you're going to take your finger and you're just going to drag from the bottom. And so you're going to notice that now I have my toolbar down here. I'm going to grab my file and I'm going to pull it off on the side. Now, if you're somebody who's like, I don't see that, what you might have to do is open up your files immediately first, and then go back into your GoodNotes, and then it will end up popping up, but it may not be down at on your home area. If you don't have it there, you can just do it that way. So I've already gone through and looked at my planner stickers. It's going to download as a zip file, and I'm going to hit the preview content. And with preview content, I am going to go through and you can see all of the different types that you have here. Now, if you don't want to do it this way, you can hit the little icon that's here with the lines and dots, and you can kind of scroll through because there is a ton of different stickers that you want to have access to. Let's say that I find one here and I want to take it over. Simple, easy way to do it is to tap, hold it, and then drag and drop. When you do that, you can place it wherever you want to place it, adjust it how you want to adjust it, and kind of save it there. So you would need to just kind of do that with all of them. You can also do this by saving your digital stickers to Google Drive and split screening your Google Drive. It might be a lot easier, but you definitely don't have to save each individual sticker or image itself. So you can just kind of navigate using this to be able to find all the ones that you want to have, and then saving them. So take some time and just kind of drag and drop the ones that you feel like you are going to use a ton of. And then that way, when you open up your stickers page, you have them all here and ready to go. Now, if you find that you put your stickers down and they're not quite the exact size that you want to have them, you can use this little lasso tool here, which is fantastic for adjusting and moving text or any handwritten notes that you've done as well. All you have to do is lasso it and you can be able to move it around. If you tap on it and hit resize, it's going to allow you to resize it to the way you want it. So that lasso tool is your best friend inside of this planner because it allows you to really make adjustments very quickly and easy versus having to redo them all over again. So that is it, guys. That is going to be this entire tutorial for the digital fitness planner. If you have reviewed this entire tutorial video and you still have questions, please reach out to us at teachingonthedouble@gmail.com and we will do our best to assist you. Happy planning, everyone.